We have a Mountain Dew here, and it is called, if I can get it in here, Dragon Fruit. Yeah, Dragon Fruit Mountain Dew. The flavor is strong. Alrighty, folks. This video is required for YouTube. YouTube says they need a 6-second video of me. Well, here's my 6-second video of me. So here you go. Hello, YouTube. Alrighty, folks. I have some bombshell news for you. J.D. Vance has come out and said that there is interdimensional beings, that we have been observed by these interdimensional beings for years. And for whatever reason, he just decided to open up about this. And wow, that's a bombshell. That's amazing. And like I've stated, you've got Jordy Rose up on the live stage, sitting there pacing back and forth with a wireless mic, sitting there telling you, yeah, we're going to exploit other realities, other dimensions, steal their energy, and then we'll be good to go. And it's like, well, no, wait a minute. When you steal somebody else's energy, ain't they going to get pissed off? Yeah. Ain't they going to want to kick our ass? Yeah. So, I mean, this is opening up a major can of worms. But, Jordy was just so excited. Hey, we're going to be able to do this. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. We'll have unlimited energy. What does that sound like, folks? Where we go into other dimensions and exploit their energy. What does that sound like? Oh, it sounds like the story of the computer game Doom. And what happened in the computer game Doom? They exploited this one particular reality, not realizing that it ended up being hell, and it unleashed all these demons into our dimension, didn't it? According to the original story of Doom. It did, didn't it? So, this is not something to be toyed with. But in a major bombshell, J.D. Vance has already pretty much admitted that we had a secret operation. I forget the name of it, but we had a secret operation that was parallel with Blue Book, and it was. But instead of going after ETs, it went after interdimensional beings. And this is going all the way back to the 50s. And so. I wish I could remember the name of it. I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't spit it out. But in any event, major bombshell. J.D. Vance has admitted that we have been observed by interdimensional beings as well as the ETs for millennia, for thousands of years. And if that's the case, well then hopefully there will be some changes made. Some things done to rectify some of the issues that are being done, such as the control of the global elites, which needs to come to a close. That needs to end. I'm sure the ETs and maybe even some interdimensional beings have had communications with these elites, believing that these elites represent all of mankind and all of mankind's opinion. Well, I beg to differ. Rothschild does not speak for me. Rockefeller does not speak for me. Morgan does not speak for me. The Warburgs do not speak for me. None of these elitist families speak for me. Okay? And I think it's important for ETs as well as interdimensional beings to fully understand that concept. Because these elites have exploited them years and years ago, apparently, to gain supernatural-like power and to gain control over the governments of this world in order to foist their own agenda for mankind, which is, first and foremost, retardation. Because, think about it. If the elites hadn't been in control of mankind, where would we be right now? We'd be living like the Jetsons, wouldn't we? Yeah. We would have been living like the Jetsons long ago. When did that Jetsons cartoon came out? 1940? When the Jetsons cartoon first came out? 1940, folks. Let that thing sink in for a minute. And we're not living like the Jetsons yet? Why? Oh, because you got a bunch of elitist families out there that have been controlling and manipulating, if not humanity directly, then at least the governments of humanity. Starting all these wars and fomenting all kinds of discord and modifying the religions of this world to make continuous wars. It's horrible stuff, and it needs to end. These elites and the royals and, yes, the Vatican. Sorry, Catholics, but I got to bring up the Vatican because they're involved too. And just, it needs to end. This craziness needs to end. We're supposedly coming into the age of Aquarius. Well, Vaughn, what's the age of Aquarius? The age of Aquarius, folks, is supposed to be great enlightenment for mankind. We're supposed to be ascending and developing into a better humanity and a better race and stuff. And we haven't been able to do that because of the retardation poised by the elite families that have literally retarded our growth and prevented us from becoming who we really need to be. Both acknowledged by the ETs, by the interdimensional beings, and by the gods and goddesses themselves, the real ones. Big G, large G. UFOs, ETs, interdimensional beings might be little g, but we're talking about the big G now. But anyway, the point is, these things need to be developed, they need to be addressed, they need to be handled. And that destroyer is coming. Now, to that end, I was watching an interview with Mr. Wallace, and he seems to think that the destroyer is none other than El himself. Well, Vaughn, who the hell is El? El is the supreme deity of all deities. And he seems to think that El himself is going to be the destroyer and that he is going to pretty much set things right. And I hope so. I hope that's the case. I'm not sure that El would be the actual destroyer, but El would send the destroyer. Yeah, but no, he is adamant that El Shaddai is indeed the destroyer that is coming. Well, yeah, okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter, though, does it? I mean, as long as the destroyer gets here, takes care of the elite families, takes care of the royals, puts the Vatican in a cage where it belongs, and, puts everything back to the way it needs to be for us humans, us normal, everyday humans, so that our growth can continue, so that we can be who we need to be, and end all these endless wars and stop all this BS and crime and hatred and malice and all that stuff, and get rid of all that stuff. Just get rid of all of it, so we can progress into the fourth and fifth dimensions, and start to become who we need to be, because that's who we need to be. We need to progress and develop ourselves, and hopefully that will be the case. But anyways, just thought I'd share that bombshell that J.D. Vance has come out and said, hey, interdimensional beings are a thing. So how about that, folks, for a bombshell from our own vice president? Wow, pretty cool, huh? All right, that's going to do it. Have a good one. Bye.